Welcome to Shipping Solutions, Export Documentation and Compliance Software. The Data Exchange Manager, or DXM, has several setup options for importing your orders from your ERP, accounting, or order entry system. This video explains how to set up the DXM using an ODBC connection. First, you will need to set up a 64-bit ODBC connection on each computer running Shipping Solutions. This is done outside of Shipping Solutions using your computer's ODBC Data Source Administrator window. You will need to know the data source name as well as any needed login credentials. Second, you should create views in your database to make the data easier to read. ERP systems often have many tables of data, and if the data needed to create your export paperwork can be isolated in a header view and a detail view, it will be easier for Shipping Solutions to read. Once the connection and views are set up, go into Shipping Solutions to create the profile and project. Click the Admin tab and then Set up Data Exchange Manager for ODBC. Click Next. Create a new profile. Write down the name of your profile because you will need it later. Click OK. Choose your data source. If it requires a login, it will ask you to enter the password. On the lookup screen, choose the table and field you want your users to identify the shipment they want pulled into Shipping Solutions. This will most likely be an order number or PO number. So I'm going to pick my table. And my field within the table. Click Next. On this screen, there are 6 tables listed that include all the fields that you can map to in Shipping Solutions. You should map to at least one field in each of the first 3 tables. However, there are hundreds of Shipping Solutions fields you can map to if you have that data in your ERP system. So I will open each of the first 3 tables and select a few fields in each one. The Contacts table. Here I'm going to pick Exporter Company, Address 1, City, State, Postal Code. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to pick Ultimate Consignee Company, Address 1, City, and Country. Click OK. In the second table, the Header Invoice table, I'm going to pick the Commercial Invoice number and the order number. And in the Product Info table, I'm going to pick Product ID, Product Description, and Quantity. Click Next. Now I will map the Shipping Solutions fields I selected to the fields in my data source. I can also put in a default value, which I am going to do for my company information. For my customer information, I'm going to map the fields. So I find my table, or hopefully in your case, a view, and then I find my field. Then I select the next table. And the third table. Of course, you will have many more fields than I have, and it does take a little bit of time, but after you've mapped your fields, click Next. Now enter the table relationships. You must enter a relationship between each table. When you do as I suggested earlier and make one header view and one line item view, you only have 2 tables to connect. So click Select Tables, and here are my 2 tables. So I will select them. It fills in the fields on either side, and I like to have the item details on the right-hand side, so I'm going to flip the tables. And then for these tables, I know that P key and LI parent ID are the linking fields in these 2 tables. You do need to be familiar with your tables and views so that you know what your linking field is. And then I'm going to click Add Relationship, and it puts it down here in the table. And then I click Next. This screen shows a summary of your ODBC configuration. Here's the profile name and the data source, and then you can see the fields with their default values or their mapping. Click Finish. Next, click Set up Data Exchange Manager. Click Create. Enter your project name and then click Create. And Edit. In the file type, click ODBC, and in the ODBC profile, you have to type in your profile name. There is one more important feature on this setup screen. If you are missing product data in your ERP system, you can store that data in the Shipping Solutions database and click this box and instruct the DXM to add that data as it pulls in the information. Click the Setup button to identify which fields you want to pull from the product database. I'm not going to do any of those, so I'll click Cancel, and then I can save and close my project. For more information, including how to run the Data Exchange Manager, watch the other DXM videos or give us a call at 888-890-7447. Thank you for watching.